Hair check. Beard check. You've done it. You landed your first job. You got that promotion you were working hard for. You got money in the bank. Congratulations. Yay. But remember, it's not always how much you make, but actually how much you keep. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how I personally plan and budget my finances in order to survive and thrive in my everyday life. And stick around for a bonus tip that will help you supercharge your budgeting habits. Hello YouTube, thanks for dropping by. Hello. It's just Chris here and welcome to another vlog where I talk about lifestyle, finances, and wellness in a practical way. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe for more content about tips and tricks for everyday living. Let's go! A budget is basically a plan on how to allocate money into specific categories and not to go over the maximum allowable spend you set per category. Today I'm going to show you the basic steps of how to start a budget. So the first thing you want to do is to identify all the possible expense categories you have in your life. You can do this by maybe looking at the past weeks or months and try to put all of your expenses into specific and nameable categories. Some examples of these expense categories could be water, phone bills, utilities, food spend, groceries, entertainment, going out, transportation, dates, or insurance. So after you identify all of your expense categories, it's also a good idea to maybe rank them in terms of prioritization or how important they are. For example, rent or insurance is a non-negotiable. You have to pay them when the bill comes. But categories like going out or entertainment or morning coffees are probably things lower down the list. After identifying all the expense categories in your life, the next thing you want to do is to determine the maximum allowable spend you want to set per category. One way to do this, or how I do it, is I ask myself in a given week or in a given month, how much am I willing to spend in a particular category? For example, based on my spending habits, I'm able to find out that I actually spend around 2,000 pesos per month on movies. Damn, that's a lot. Does this work for me? If yes, then I'll keep the maximum allowable spend for the movies category at 2,000 pesos. If it doesn't work for me, then I could probably put it down to around 1,000 pesos per month. So this also tells me that maybe I'm spending a bit too much on movies, or maybe I can ask my date to pay for me. So after you have an idea of what expense categories you usually have in your life and setting a maximum allowable spend per category, the next thing you want to do is to set up a tracking method. Remember, what gets measured gets done. Some people prefer to use good old-fashioned spreadsheets like Excel or Google Sheets, while others prefer using smartphone apps. Personally, I like to use smartphone apps. I think they're just more convenient. They're also able to generate reports, and they're also pretty accurate. Another reason why I like to use smartphone apps is because I record the expense right after I pay for anything. So for example, if I go out to buy myself a cup of coffee, right after I pay at the cashier, I pull out my phone and I track or I record the expense right away. At first, it feels a bit weird, but after a while, it kind of becomes second nature. If you're able to train the habit of tracking and recording all of your expenses right after you pay for something, then that would help you get a more accurate picture of all of your expenses. But that's just me. Other people prefer to collect receipts and maybe track their expenses at the end of the day or at the end of the week. It's really up to you. Bottom line, just choose a tracking method and frequency that fits your lifestyle. So after setting up all of these categories and all of these tracking methods and starting to track all of your expenses, the last thing you want to do is to adjust your spend or your habits accordingly. As you start the budget, you'll realize sometimes you come in under the amount that you said, meaning you didn't spend as much as you thought. Yay! And sometimes you also find yourself going over the budget that you set. Boo! So when this happens, don't worry, all you need to do is adjust. So the first way to adjust is to move things between categories. For example, if you overspend on your groceries for the month, then maybe you don't want to spend too much on entertainment or clothing for the same month. Another way to adjust is on a per period basis. For example, if you overspend on your clothing budget this month, then maybe you want to underspend on your clothing budget next month. But remember, try not to overspend on unimportant categories, making you sacrifice the important ones. So here's a bonus tip for you guys who stuck around until the end of this video. Thank you! So I said earlier that I prefer to use smartphone apps over spreadsheets when tracking my budget. And the app that I'm currently using is Money Lover. No, it's not a big promotion. I just really want to help you guys out. There's a link down below in the description box thingy to download this free app. So if you know someone who needs help budgeting, go ahead and share this video to them. And if you liked it, please do subscribe for more content about tips and tricks for everyday living. Bye!